Jeff Bezos was on CNBC. He looked straight into the camera talking about a nurse in Queens. This nurse is making about $75,000 a year. And he said she's paying over $1,000 a month in taxes. And for a second, it almost sounded like he was on her side. And people heard that and they just paused. You could kind of feel it. The same way you would feel it when something doesn't sit quite right. You might say something like, wait, why is the fourth richest man alive suddenly worried about this nurse's paycheck? And the way Bezos framed it almost sounded reasonable at first. He was basically saying, look, I was reading about this nurse in Queens. She makes $75,000 a year and she's paying over $1,000 a month in taxes. Wouldn't that money help her more with rent, groceries, or just having a little more breathing room? And that's why it lands for a second, because he's not wrong that $1,000 a month would matter to her. It would matter to any of us. But then your brain catches up, because the man sitting on $280 billion is pointing at her taxes like that's the real problem. And the easiest way to feel how strange this is to shrink it down to something normal. So imagine maybe you're at dinner with a rich friend. You're scraping by and he's got it made. And you hint maybe, hey, you know what? Maybe you cover the bill. And he goes, you know what? Forget that. How about neither of us pay? And you're like, hey, the check is still there. And that's what made people look twice. Because right now, with Mayor Zohran Mamdani and Governor Kathy Hochul, they're both backing taxes on luxury second homes. And California voters, they might see a billionaire tax on the 2026 ballot. So it seemed like the conversation was finally turning. But what happened? Bezos flips it. And the reaction was not complicated. People heard it. And a lot of commentators said, these folks who own everything will say and do anything to give nothing. Another hit it. It's a cheap bribe, so he gets to keep his spot. And yeah, it stings because we all hate taxes. We all see waste. And Bezos knows exactly where that frustration lives, because he's dangling that $1,000 like candy to pull your eyes away from the real pile. Now, let's take a moment and picture that nurse. She clocks in, deals with patients all day long. Then she opens the mail and sees that money's already gone. Meanwhile, Bezos, he's pulling in $30 to $40 million a day, every single day. You couldn't spend that type of money fast enough. So what does he do? He piles it into stocks, land, more assets, the same houses and opportunities the rest of us need. It's not sitting in some vault. What it's doing is competing with you for everything. And that's where the nurse's story stops being just a tax story. And that money he keeps, it doesn't disappear. It bids up. It bids up the price of living while her paycheck fights the same fight as it did yesterday. She pays her share. He pays penny on the scale. He pays pennies on the scale. And now he's selling the idea that helping her means protecting him. But the part that really lands, when they push back and ask him straight, hey, should you pay more to make her cut work? He shifts again. And this is where the interview gets even more revealing. Because when the question gets close to his own taxes, Bezos does what billionaires are very good at doing. Changes the subject. Suddenly, it's not about taxes. It becomes a skills issue or government waste. Look at New York City schools spending $44,000 per student. He'll say something like, if Amazon ran like that, your packages would be late and wrong. And I don't know. It's kind of like, Jeff, you've got rockets blowing up on the pad costing $1 billion and you're giving efficiency lessons? At first you think, okay, this guy is just rich guy defense mode. Okay. But then you realize everybody else is watching too. Regular people who still want to believe in the deal. The deal where you work hard, you play straight, things get better. They're seeing this exchange and something shifts. And what they're doing or what's shifting is they're ending up doing the brutal math at the kitchen table. They're looking at their paycheck, their rent, their groceries. Bezos' daily haul. And the deal starts looking fake. And you can hear the suspicion forming immediately. It sounds like he wants that $1,000 so it ends up back in his pocket anyway. Or he's saying something like, don't tax us, rob the kids' education instead. The frustration isn't loud. It's that private moment where you look up at the whole setup and think, the contract looks broken. Now, remember that nurse he brought up? She's still showing up, still paying. But how many times do you watch the guy at the very top treat the conversation like a distraction game before you stop buying in the same way? And the reason this hits people so hard is because America actually lived through the opposite version of this. After World War II, they taxed the top hard and the middle class actually grew. Then in the 80s, they changed the rules. Billionaires ended up taking off. Assets got vacuumed up. Wages, they started chasing prices that never came back down. Now, Bezos isn't some cartoon villain. He's just what happens when the rules stay tilted. Some workers feel like half their money is gone by the time income tax, payroll tax, sales tax, rent, insurance, and every other bill hits. Then they look at billionaires paying tiny rates compared to their wealth, and the scoreboard starts looking rigged. And instead of fixing the gap, he's selling the idea that cutting your taxes solves it, without saying where the money comes from. Without touching the waste he sees everywhere except in his own world. Now, the trick is not that $1,000 sounds bad. Of course it sounds good. Why wouldn't it? That's why it works. The trick is making the nurse's tax bill the whole story while the richest people alive keep the scoreboard tilted in their direction. And once regular people see that, they're never going to unsee it. And that's why this conversation isn't staying theoretical anymore. Hungary is moving towards a wealth tax. New York and California, they're moving towards that too. People are paying attention right now. So when you see one of the richest people alive on TV doing this dance, it tells you the pressure is building. The real move is making the game feel fair again. Tax the wealth, not just the work. Because right now, a whole lot of regular people are looking at the nurse's bill, looking at Bezos' numbers, and deciding the old contract, it looks broken.